ships are on radar.
Hey guys, Mordrick666 here with some quick tips and review for Star Wars Squadrons. First, let me say that I grew up with and was a huge fan of X-Wing, TIE Fighter, and X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter back in the 90s. It's been 23 years since X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter was released way back in 1997, and there really hasn't been anything like it since. Jump forward to this past weekend when Squadrons was released, and we finally have a modernized version of the greatest Star Wars flight simulators from the 90s. At its core, Squadrons pays homage to its predecessors with great reverence. All of the original game mechanics are here. There's different classes of starfighters, each with their own specific strategies, and each starship comes with 2 to 3 systems that you can manage to aid you at a moment's notice. Primarily, engines to boost your overall speed, lasers to boost your damage output, and shields to boost your defenses. You can prioritize one over another, but note that boosting one will lower the others. This is the same way the games worked in the 90s, and it's still a great mechanic today.
Let's get it off.
Squadrons does come with a fairly lengthy story campaign, clocking in at around 8 to 10 hours, which acts more of a tutorial that dives into the differences between starships and bounces between missions for both the Rebels and Imperials, so you get a feel of both factions and what their unique set of starships has to offer. Each of the campaign missions is in a visually stunning area with a ton of detail in every direction. There's often debris, like asteroids floating around, which you'll have to navigate around en route to your objective. Overall, the campaign does a great job of walking you through all the things you'll need to know for the core gameplay, which is multiplayer. And multiplayer is everything a fan of the 90s games could have hoped for and more. While only featuring 2 game modes, dogfight and fleet battles, it's extremely streamlined. Before playing Fleet Battles mode, you'll need to reach level 5 through playing the Dogfight mode, though that should take you all of an hour to get there. Dogfight mode is basically team deathmatch, with the first team to reach the total number of kills being the victor. While not incredibly deep, it's a good introduction to handling other players, as they tend to be a lot less predictable than the AI during the campaign. Once you've reached level 5, you can jump into Fleet Battles mode, and goddamn is it good. You'll either play on the Rebels or Imperial side, with the objective being to destroy the opposing team's capital ship. The only hitch here is, before you can conduct a full-out assault on that target, you have to wipe out 2 secondary ships that are defending it. There's a phenomenal mechanic here where each team must repel the other through a combination of dogfight kills, killing the enemy players, and their support ships, which appear at regular intervals, in order to move on the offensive and actually do damage to the opposing team's primary ships. Here's my biggest tip during these battles. Change your starship. You can change your starship when you die before you respawn, or by flying your current ship back into the landing bay of your capital ship. If you are on defense and need to take out enemy players, change your ship to something like an X-Wing or TIE Interceptor to repel the enemy team and thwart their momentum. When the smaller attack ships show up, change your ship again to something like a Y-Wing or TIE Bomber to quickly take them out, and push forward once the momentum is back in your favor, putting you on offense. Teamwork is key here, so take a look at what starships your teammates are playing as and fill the gap as necessary. Don't just play one type of starfighter the whole match. This is not just a dogfight. There is a larger strategy at play where you need to whittle down and destroy specific subsystems of the opponent's capital ship in order to deliver the killing blow and win the match. So if your team is on offense and no one is a bomber, change your class to a Y-Wing or TIE Bomber and start targeting those subsystems. Each capital ship has 4 primary subsystems: power, targeting, and 2 shield generators. I recommend taking out the power subsystem first, as it will create weak points across the ship, which you and your teammates can then target to deal significant damage to overall HP. Beyond the power subsystem, the next priority should be the targeting subsystem, which will allow your team to get a bit closer to the capital ship without taking as much damage. The shield generator should be saved for last, as most of the time your goal should be to sneak under the shields to land direct damage. At the moment, I'm finding the best way to yield damage to subsystems is to play as a Y-Wing or TIE Bomber with the beam weapon instead of torpedoes equipped. Boost your engines and try to get close enough to get under the shields. Then switch power to boost your lasers and blast away with ion lasers and the beam weapons simultaneously. Ion lasers will do tremendous damage to shields and subsystems, so do not equip normal laser weapons for the bombing class. Note that you can also equip a shield boost for when you get into range of the capital ship and want to survive a moment longer. Lastly, let's talk about customization. Oh man, there's so much here. As you play multiplayer and level up, you'll get two types of points, one for unlocking new weapon types for your loadouts, and the other for unlocking starship skins, decals, and other ways for you to customize your ship and your pilot. What I love about this is you can deck out your ship in your own style, and there's absolutely no microtransactions. If you want the best looking starship skin, you'll just have to work for it in order to unlock it. No spending $20 to look like you're a veteran player. No one can be a poser here. Final verdict. For $40, Star Wars Squadrons is fun as hell and worth every penny. This game friggin' rules. It's so damn fun, there are so many strategies to try, and it feels exceptionally rewarding to win a fleet battles round when the whole team is collaborating on objectives. There is so much customization, and always one more skin, one more decal, or pilot upgrade to attain that makes you want to keep playing again and again. The gameplay loop is absolutely brilliant here. So if you're on the fence, don't be. Get this game now and start reliving 90s era nostalgia immediately. After playing Squadrons all weekend, I have to give it a 10 out of 10. So damn good, so damn good. How have you been liking Squadrons? Do you have a killer strategy for Fleet Battles mode? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching!
All clear, Vanguard 5. Oh, I feel better already.